This video is a brief introduction to the use of business rules that use the advanced checkbox. The advanced checkbox allows you to put JavaScript into your business rule. In another video, we took a look at the no-code, low-code use of a business rule. Let's take a look at this simple example. This number field we added is something that we want to have increment, let's say, every time a request is created in this table. We want the next one to read 1,050,000, for instance, and so forth. We can do that with a business rule. Let's right-click in the form header, configure, business rules, new. Give it a descriptive name. Now let's look around this form. The advanced checkbox is not selected by default, so we only have insert, that is create, and update available, as well as filter condition selections, and on the actions tab, field values we can select and things like that. Back on the when to run tab, if we then select the advanced checkbox, we see we also have the option to run this on delete or query. We have a when field and an order field displayed, and we have on an advanced tab, which is where we can put JavaScript conditions and JavaScript code. So let's go back to our when to run tab. We want this to run on insert because we want to increment that number every time a record is created. For this example, we'll just leave the when and order by fields alone. Come to the advanced tab though, and we see here on the script field we have current and previous objects available to us. Put our code inside the function. It should remain in a function. Insert it here. This is code that just basically increments an integer field and then copies that value over to a string field for display as a number field. We're not going to give it a condition in this particular case because we want it to run every time a record that is created. Come up to the context menu, click Save, and let's take a quick look to see if this works. Our next record should be 1,050,000 if we manually create a new record here. We see the next record is indeed 1,050,000. Let's take it at another example of how you can use a business rule, code in the business rule that is. These two tables, let's say these two requests, we have an IT task request and a special tickets request, and let's say that if we create a request in this one that meets certain conditions, we wanted to create a ticket in the special tickets table. So let's come over to this one. Let's say that we want this to, when it is closed and it is a request type of software, it should create a special ticket because we want to have it checked for licensing or something like that. Right-click in the form header, configure business rules, click new. Give it a descriptive name, and we're going to use JavaScript code, so we want to click the advanced checkbox. In this case, we want it to run when that is updated, and we're not going to change anything else actually on this, but I will mention briefly that when you click on the when drop down, you see 4 options, and we're not going to talk about async or display, but before, after have to do with whether this runs before or after the database action, in this case update, that is occurring. We'll have this one run before. We'll have this run after. The order field does just what it says. It orders this in relation to other business rules that will be running, say, before or after, in this case. On the Advanced tab, the condition field is where we can put our condition. again, referencing the previous and current objects which are available to us. Do not put in semicolons like this. They're not needed in the condition field here. Then down in the scripts area, we'll put in our JavaScript. Again, making sure it is in a function. I'll mention here that whenever you are running into a case where you think you might want to put in current update, do not do that. Do not use current.update in a business rule. So now we will run this. This is going to put a message on the screen that it was created after it actually inserts a record that uses some information from, including the current short description from this record. Let's save this. Then we'll go to our IT tickets. We'll look at the last one. We'll change it to a closed state. It is a software request, so when we save it, it should give us a message that it created another ticket, and it did. And we go to special tickets, and we see that, yes, ticket 1,051 was created from that task. Thank you for watching this finite video.